Like,
Yeah.
are you lying about the fact that the other Dracul is safe and sound now?
I do believe I'm telling the truth in that regard, I think.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any? What is Requiem?
My Requiem?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you mean precisely?
That's your dirge.
It's
sorry.
Mask and Dirge. Yeah.
Alright, my mask and dirt.
Or
Yeah,
I guess that'd be two separate questions, though.
No, it's a dirge, not the mask.
Oh, there you go. There. Yeah.
My dirge would be spy.
Huh. All right. That's 2 questions. 3, I forgot.
2.
2.
3 left.
Is he controlled by someone else?
You don't see it. Yeah, your mind doesn't conjure the image, conjures no chains coming from nature, so he's a free spirit. Well, as free as kindred can go, anyways.
Hmm.
You do know that his sire is Zajek.
All right. Does he have any weaknesses I'm not aware of?
Silver, he's a werewolf.
Yeah. 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 All you see, what you do feel before you, from coming from nature, is something, a sensation, an emotion. You see,
I
you
believe
you
it's.
recognize at some point to be the feeling of vengeance, but towards something else.
I ask.
What
for
does he have
weaknesses.
vengeance upon?
Yeah. All you see is an owl made of darkness with glowing yellow eyes.
He
Yeah.
districts, kill him.
I didn't ask about. I'd ask about weaknesses, not.
No. All right. His weakness, well, weakness. Let me think. I'd say his obsessiveness would be his weakness. The
Alright.
tunnel vision that comes with that.
No, I was talking about Bane. I want to know your Bane.
Ah, my. Yeah. Well, in this case, you feel as if a bright light was shining in your eyes, and as though that were blinding you. In other words, you know that I do this weak towards bright lights.
Alright. And, well, psychological vulnerabilities, and I think it's vengeance and streaks. You answered that. And that will be all.
Don't you have one more?
No, I think it has been 5, right?
I thought that was only 4.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
Well,
I'm afraid. Sorry, some of these questions rambled on, so they didn't seem like they were 2 questions. They seemed like they were 1 question.
Was he lying about the order to cool?
Does he serve anybody? What's his weakness?
Serve weakness and psychological weakness.
yeah.
Oh, what's his
yeah.
psychological? Okay, I thought that was wrapped up into what's his weakness.
No.
I guess it ended up being 2 separate questions, really.
Yeah, it's 2 separate questions.
Okay.
Okie doke. So you give kind of like a long, hard look at him and kind of get a flash of insight into his deep soul here.
Huh. Alright. Well, did you find what you want?
Yeah, it is a work in process.
I could maybe, well, could provide you with something a bit more interesting. Two things actually: the location of the man you search for, Jack Steele, and some actually useful books. If you want to take up the offer.
I'd be happy to take up the offer.
All right. In exchange, I want to know who your superior are in the Order Dracul and any information you have on them. I'm curious about the Order Dracul.
Sure. Yeah, sure is sure. Or I shall tell you what. You have secrets that have been revealed to me.
Excuse me?
Yes, I will be more than that. Exchange what I know of my covenant.
All right. Then I will tell him the location of Jack Steele. And I will remember Griff, I had 6 occult books from Weird G's library. I will give him one of them.
Let's see. Were these books that I had named or just unspecified books?
No, unspecified books.
Oh, were they the
Alright.
+1 to roll books?
Hmm?
Were they as the +1 to occult roll books?
No, they were different books.
Okay. Those from
Alright.
a long time ago.
Yeah, no.
Victor died with his.
Alright. In this case, Mircha, one of the books you find is actually of your interest. It's a book about dream yoga by Lama Daichi. The most interesting part is that the back blurb indicates that while it has a place in Gotham, the Sanctum of the Whispering Wind, it definitely seems to be connected with the lamas that you had researched previously. In fact, he appears to be a direct student of Hideki Mori.
Ah, this will do very nicely.
Oh, did I have these? Yeah. Direct student of Hideki Mori and Master Daichi. Lama Katsu, I believe is the one I'm actually supposed to be naming here. There we go.
Well, I want your information as soon as possible. And I do hope you're not trying to screw me over with this one, but hey. If you do, I know.
Alright then. So you two can spend some time talking while Adam, presumably you were going to head down later to meet with Lillian with Jacob and probably Thomas, right?
Why Thomas?
I don't know. I was just kind of assuming.
I don't know. I mean, if you want to come, I'm not going to stop him. But
well, I guess the thing is, he was there previously when the message was delivered. The question is if you invited him along or anything.
I'm not.
You did invite him along with you to the prince.
Sure. I mean, if you wanted to come, yes.
Wow. Adam is such a dick. Damn.
Yeah, because Thomas was no idea of vampire function is going to be a big help in Vampire's Poetic.
Mm-hmm. I see how it is.
So you didn't then?
I mean, sure, I did. It's pretty nice to have some protection. And he's good with his sword.
You heard it here first. Adam doesn't use protection.
Yep. Yeah, that's all Thomas is to Adam is just extra muscle. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
So let's check in on Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, you awaken tonight, but you're not where you fell asleep. In fact, it appears to be a few minutes past sundown now, and it looks like someone's already shaved for you.
Oh, like everywhere?
No, not everywhere. It looks like they've been in the process of it. Your chest is pretty hairless now, though.
Okay, so where do you wake up exactly? I'm sorry.
You ended up standing in the bathroom.
Oh. Ugh, well, Thomas looks back in the mirror. Is he still is the hand still in the shaver? Or I mean, sorry, is the hand still holding the shaver?
No,
you-
you've already put it down for the moment.
I guess Thomas looks back in the mirror, seeing that he's nearly hairless, realizing that what he checks himself to see
You check
on yeah.
Mhm.
Does he anything else? Does Thomas notice anything else suspicious other than that he has better hygiene? I suppose.
No, other than taking care of some regular daily hygiene that you haven't honestly thought of for about 3 months. You
True.
seem to be roughly normal, aside from the shaved chest.
Thomas, take a deep breath and acts if nothing happened, and goes put on his clothes. Actually would check up. Actually call Gene to see how he's doing.
You go ahead and give Gene a ring, and he answers. Locke,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I just was standing in. I found myself standing in front of a mirror. I'm cleanly shaved now, and I don't remember doing it.
I'm surprised you could without a reflection. He just
I'm
kind of chuckles a little bit.
I've surprised myself. How are you doing?
Well, I've got a lot of work planned out. I'm planning a few apologies to the different students who appeared. I was going to ask you if you happen to know that Mircha fellow. I didn't quite get a place I could contact him again.
Briefly. Again, yes, it was a brief introduction. We sparred a little bit. Why is that?
Well, I wanted to apologize, of course, to all the students for how that went when Monty came by.
Oh yes, I'll send your apologies. Anywho, where is Monty?
He's gone out for the night. I'm not quite sure what he's up to. I think he was also looking for that Mircha fellow.
Oh.
Oh boy. Get out of my library now.
He was also looking for Adam as well.
Oh god.
Oh.
Something about giving him a lesson or something. He mentioned that last time, but I don't know. He's never really serious about anything.
Yes, that's true. Did he say anything about me at all? I don't remember half the stuff that happened the other night, as you can tell.
So, what do you plan to do tonight?
I might as well do some research on this ghost in my body. He mentioned his name briefly. Might as well do some research on him to get a good idea of who he is. I don't think he's gonna tell me himself.
Well, best of luck on that endeavor. I'd honestly say maybe you should see a psychologist first, but that's me, I suppose. Then again,
Mm,
you never know with all this vampire nonsense.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Just do some research. Maybe crash into Gotham Uni again, into the archives to see
I
what
think
I
you
can.
still have one of my keys, don't you? That should get you in.
Oh yeah,
Well, I
I
guess you
think I
still
do.
have some authority.
Yeah, I do. I still am a employee. And oh, I just remembered. I still have that jackal skull.
Oh yeah, that thing. Well, don't let it collect too much dust, I suppose.
Yeah. I want to make sure everything is safe or whatever. I still have that uh, guardian dog with me. It has been doing fine.
Huh.
Hmm.
I wonder what happened to the others. There were more, weren't there?
Yeah, with Monty.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what he's doing with them. Well, I
Oh,
suppose it shouldn't matter much. Monty's a nice animal person at the very least.
oh yes, he does love your dog.
I
Uh,
still have to untrain him from firing that crossbow, though.
oh, I hopefully you get that settled. I do want to help you with getting your sword fighting school back. That was awful.
Well, if you see Mircha or Adam, you know what to tell them.
Will do. Anywho, I guess I'm gonna head to Gotham Uni to do some research on this uh ghost and
Best of luck,
maybe
Locke.
find out more. Thank you, Cross. You take care, and we'll get that sword fighting school back on its feet.
Alright. Go ahead and take a willpower for connecting with your touchstone.
Yay!
At least I thought, or, well, with your best friend, I guess. Serves the same purpose, that's the
Yay!
good thing.
Woo!
And you're gonna go to Gotham U.
Yeah, Tom is gonna put on his casual clothing. Um, and yeah, since he checked his, he's gonna check his phone if he missed any other calls or messages. If there's anything.
Maybe. I'm looking for a name. I'm trying to remember the name of your, intern. Or,
Oh, Angela Grant, I think was her name.
alright. So I'll go ahead and work with
TA.
Angela.
Yeah, I think it's teacher assistant Angela Grant.
Portals. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Angela. Yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
Alright. You do have a couple of messages from her basically asking, like, if you have time to answer some, questions about your online courses and their material.
Hmm.
And a few other things. And she says that the messages state that she's basically at Gotham U for most nights.
Damn it. Well, Tom's is gonna message back and say, actually, I do plan to stop by at Gotham Uni at night. I'm doing some research, and I do need some assistance. It's something very specific. So, yes, and I'll be there at Gotham Uni shortly.
Alright.
That's what she's gonna send to Angela.
Okie doke. So she agrees to meet you, and she's going to be waiting around in the archaeology department for you then.
Sweet.
Alright. So you head out, and, bump into her rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And, she seems, of course, bright and chipper for this time of night. Oh, there you are, Professor Locke. Hope
Hello,
everything's been going nicely for you today.
So far, it's been going well. How are you, Angela?
Oh, I've been doing great. I've been preparing for my own little, bit of research work.
Oh, that's good. I just... Yes?
She is there, and, while she has questions for you, if you have business that you're going to take care of, she's more than happy to go with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, she is going. Tom is going to say to her, and says this to her that I just need to go look into Gotham archives. I'm looking for some specific information. I might need some help finding this.
Oh, is
Some
this part of your
specific.
latest research?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, I'd love to help.
Yeah,
Right.
any help is great.
Okay. So together you go down to the archaeological archives,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to find information on Amon, aren't you?
Yes, that's what Tom is going to do.
Okay. So you start browsing and collecting, and go ahead and make a into academics check, and we're going to go ahead and do it at a +2 because you have a wonderful assistant.
Yay! Well, after all that, well.
Well, I mean, 2 successes is still success.
Mm-hmm.
So you do start collecting information, stacking up papers, and finding a few little artifacts, and ultimately taking notes so that you can browse and read through them all as you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And during the process, she just kind of strikes up a conversation a little bit and just kind of goes, "So, spend most of your nights doing this now?"
Yes, it's more. I prefer. Some things have changed. I prefer doing this now.
I see.
Yeah. And yeah, Thomas is just doing his best to actually minimize the conversation as possible.
She
Because he
seems
feels a bit.
interested in pressing you and kind of starts asking some questions about Gene.
Oh,
Like, oh, he left before he finished giving me some mentoring. I was wondering if you knew this or this about him. And she starts sort of prying at personal questions and kind of the last time you saw him.
oh. Out of character, Jean disappeared 5 years ago, right?
Right.
Yeah. And well, Thomas is gonna say, as with everyone, he disappeared 5 years ago. I don't know where he is now. His case is cold, unfortunately.
Really? I thought you two were very close. I could have
Oh, we
sworn
were.
you had something lined up 3 months ago.
What do you mean?
Oh, just something I saw on his schedule is all.
I don't recall this.
Nothing at all 3 months ago?
Thomas gonna look dumbfounded as he doesn't remember. Yeah, Tom's gonna say, no, I don't recall. Can you remind me? I've been so busy, getting prepared for classes and such.
Well, maybe this could help. And she kind of pulls out her phone and shows you a picture of the moment where Jean embraced you fully as a vampire.
Uh,
It's funny, he'd been missing for so long, I was surprised to see him. Especially after this happened, she said as she swipes over another picture and shows Jean's dead body. I saw it happen. I didn't think anyone would believe me. But then he came for you later. So he wasn't dead at all. What has he been up to?
Oh, Thomas is going to take a very deep breath and slowly turns to Angela. Look, it's complicated. I'm trying to get everything to work as best I can. Okay? And Thomas is having trouble actually keeping his composure. And then he starts talking again. Is there something specifically you want from me?
I saw him get murdered.
By who?
I'm
That
not
I don't know.
I'm not sure. And she kind of like points over towards the picture and kind of points to a small corner where a sort of shadow of a figure is with a kind of old man Japanese face, very angry, getting ready to turn away. This man was there. He killed Jean, but Jean showed up later with you. So was he dead or was he not?
Can Thomas roll to see if he can recognize that shadow?
Absolutely, it's Ryugi. You stabbed this person in the chest.
Mm. That just makes Thomas a bit angrier. But he says that I know that shadow. That just makes me even more mad of what he's up to now.
So he's still out there.
Technically, yes. Thomas is gonna take a heavy sigh and looks to Angela. Okay, you got all of this on me, yet you choose to keep this information from everyone. Is there something you're trying to get at?
I've been doing the investigation myself for a while. Everything got cold until, well, 3 months ago. I've been trying to find that man again.
Why?
I thought maybe if I got close to you, I'd find out more.
Then,
I'm surprised that Jean's still up and walking around.
Why do you want to find this man?
Well, I thought I was going to get revenge, she said as she just kind of like crosses her arms and leans back up against the shelf.
Revenge for what?
For Jean's death. He died there. I saw it.
Well, unfortunately,
But
he's
if he's
still out
alive,
there.
then who is that guy and why does it matter? Why did he come back but he hasn't shown up again? Is he in hiding?
It's complicated. Look, the reason why I'm here is because I have a serious problem. I need to find out more information about this Amon fellow. This man that you seek revenge, he did something to me. I don't know specifically what he did, but I do want to at least get to know this ghost inside of me.
Alright, do you have expression or empathy?
Empathy. I have both expression and empathy equal.
Okay, go ahead and roll presence and one of those. And we're going to do it at a bit of a -2. This will be kind of genuinely refocusing the conversation onto what you are actually concerned about.
And can I add willpower to that?
Yes.
+3, right?
Indeed.
Woohoo!
She kind of looks at you, looks up and down, and just kind of goes, Alright. I'm going to help you figure out whatever this thing is. And then together we're going to find out what we can do against this guy, whoever he is.
His name is Ryugi. I
Ryugi,
stabbed him. Yep. I stabbed him. I saw him wither away, but he's not dead. He somehow comes back like a sniveling cockroach.
What is this guy, magic?
I'm trying to understand all this myself. Just please help me with these with this little thing. At least I need to know what I got inside of me.
All right. And she is eager to work along with you and get this sorted out. You have plenty of information to go through now. All you have to do is end up reading it. But the
Sweet.
time, of course, is approaching to go meet with Adam and with Lillian.
Oh. The and that's when Thomas checks a text message from Adam. And then he looks over to Angela and asks, you are aware of what you're gonna get yourself into, right?
I've been getting myself into this murder investigation for about 5 years now without anything. This
Well,
is the closest I've been in ages.
do you want to get closer to it? With I mentioned ghosts. You know, vampires exist. Do you want to tag along? Any useful things?
If the first useful place you thought to look for was in ancient Egyptian priests, then yeah, I think I'm kind of interested where this is gonna go.
Oh. Actually, what about the ancient Egyptian priests? And that's when Thomas looks over. Did you find something? I mean, ancient Egyptian priests.
Yeah, you two have been collecting info, and you do have some info on Amon.
Sweet. I guess I have to read that later, huh?
Right, I'll have to, work that with you.
Sweet. Alright. Then, Thomas says, okay, first need to stop by to my apartment. I have to get some things prepared.
Okay.
I guess you can come along with me. And what Thomas is gonna do is that he's gonna grab his sword and the Kopesh, just in case. So, and after
Alright.
that, he's gonna meet up with Adam,
Okie doke.
with Angela.
Alright, so we have your night settled for the moment, and we're gonna go ahead and go back to Balak, who has been waiting patiently at Shoreside Park.
Sure.
Let's see. Where are my notes on this? Here we go. The waterfront and separation between the islands of Gotham are as overbuilt as the rest of the city, to the point you might not even realize that there was water below. But yet, there's a section of the lower levels exposing them to open air of the greater bay. It's nothing but grass and a few sparse trees and a stone walking path, but the view of tugboats and freighters from here is almost scenic. There are few people here at this time of night. Except for you, sitting at the bench, waiting. And sometime as, shortly before 9 o'clock rolls around, a broad, fat man in a gray suit with its vest open, hair thinning on his head, and a cane in his hand, approaches and comes to sit down on the bench and enjoy the view.
Okay.
Wonderful night, isn't it?
It's a terrible night for a curse.
I don't know. I think it reminds me of home.
I mean, do you live here?
He just kind of gives a little sigh. No, not around here. Oh well. And he sits in silence.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of do too.
Go ahead and roll a int wits real quick.
Alright, let me just make sure I'm not on like 8 again or something. And then actually click a button. That usually helps.
There you go. Reminds me of home was on the message earlier.
Look, man,
It
it's
was
been a
very
while.
likely that that was a code phrase.
Been a while. I've been sitting here.
Sorry about that.
I mean,
I was trying to make time line up.
yeah, I understand. No, I mean both in character and out of character. I've just been sitting here. So, yeah.
You kind of rack your brain and go, wait a second, that was in the message.
Literally forget. Alright, well, was there like a response phrase I was supposed to say?
Well, you do know that you were supposed to be meeting with the Delta Protocol, but as far as you know, that was the only phrase that was there.
Well, yeah, so I don't know why he's disappointed if I didn't respond with a code phrase if there was no code phrase.
Ostensibly, that was maybe the one you should have opened with. But apparently he was curious enough to test the waters.
Alright, well, I guess we sit in silence for like 5 minutes before I say, why did you want to meet?
Kenny's the one who arranged the meeting. You're the one who wanted to talk. But here I am.
I just saw Kenny last night.
No. Yes, that would be the point.
Yes.
Said that you wanted to learn more. And well, here you are. Congratulations.
Okay, wait. Step back from the character thing for one moment.
Okay.
Clearly I'm forgetting something because Kenny wanted me to
Last time
find
you were
Jack.
Kenny wanted you to find Jack, and you said you were okay getting involved with stuff you shouldn't, and that Kenny would arrange a meeting for you.
Right, but he didn't elaborate on what said meeting would be about or for. So, as I said, I know Kenny wants me to find Jack, and I was like, why would Kenny do this without just telling me something? So now I'm just a little bit confused. That's why I'm trying to reestablish myself before jumping into character and acting like an idiot and ruining Balak.
Oh, it's about the Auto Draco. They need to be complicated.
No, I understand complicated, but there's...
Arguably, this perhaps gets you closer to the source. I think the idea was that you were looking for some...
No, I'm good. I figured out where I'm at. Got
there
me.
you go.
Okay.
So he kind of goes... I believe he said you had some questions about Jack.
I believe something was done to him. I might need to know more about that.
Cybernetic enhancements. That's the short of it. I can give you the details, but they're a little boring. About all you need to know is that he's stronger, faster, and about as heavily armored as a tank. Well, I'm sure your order already knows that.
Indeed. I would assume there would have to be some sort of built-in weaknesses. Otherwise, you'd run the risk of such a thing turning.
There are. They're few and far between. We don't like to let people know about them. Jack has a specific one. It's on the back of his knee. See, there's a little socket that if you plug in about... what was the number we went with? Oh yeah, about 42 volts of electricity. It'll flip a trigger switch. It turns off the rest of him.
That's a relatively low number.
Well, it's not like it has to electric shock him. It just has to be enough to overcome the basic resistance of human flesh.
Right, but wouldn't you be worried that he would encounter such a thing in his normal everyday routine? That it would shut him down, thus ruining your soldier?
Man still wears pants, doesn't he? I think that keeps him covered more or less.
I've never
Besides,
seen Jack.
Not
I
like
do not know
anyone's
if
gonna
that's
ever
true.
go for a back-of-the-knee shot, right?
I believe that's a common tactic in street fighting.
Well, not everyone street fights with a taser. and definitely not one with that low of a voltage. See what I'm getting at?
So it's that specific voltage, not that voltage and higher.
That's right. Any higher, and of course it triggers the switches inside. Well, how should I put this? Well, there's safeties. Anything higher, of course it's going to stop it.
Do you mean a surge protector?
Ah, yeah, that'd be right. I'm no engineer, but, well, good enough, right?
And that's it? That's his one weakness that you built in?
Hey, the Achilles heel's a classic.
Let me ask you this. What happens if he cuts off his leg?
Well, then he's minus a leg then, I suppose. That makes it a little easier to chase after him, doesn't it?
I mean, unless he's in a wheelchair, but I'm just asking. With the weak spot removed, nothing else?
Well, at that point, you'd have to do a more complicated connection to the circuitry instead of just using the plug. It's not impossible, but I doubt you'd pull it off while he's conscious. Though there is, of course, one more weakness all of them have. They all need our special serum. Funny thing is, he's been off the grid for about a week. I'm kind of suspecting he has another supplier at this point.
Any ideas on where a underground market for this serum could be?
Could be anywhere. Not quite sure if any of the organized crime syndicates have picked up on it yet. Kind of hoping they don't. Be a bit of a nightmare if they start running around with cybernetic enhancements.
Have you had any other runaway Terminators in the past?
None that I'm going to disclose today, but needless to say, it is a problem.
I merely meant to indicate that if you had, and they were in the city, that you might have more leads on such a matter.
Oh, we do have a few agents that are under suspicion. I can give you a short list, and maybe you could do your own investigation, see who he happens to be in contact with. If one of them turns out to be dirty, well, then you have your guy. If the rest turn out to still be working for us, loyal, then they're probably not the ones.
Very well.
He goes ahead and pulls out a little notepad from a chest pocket and a pen and just starts sort of scribbling down on it a few different names. And he's ready to pull out the paper and hand it over to you when suddenly the man is gurgling. And you can see the trail of blood from his mouth and neck. An arrow is sticking through it. He looks over at you, eyes wide, with a bloody hand moving from his neck to your coat. Grip slowly slipping as he tries to beg for a moment of his life. Roll perception.
Alright. Didn't know when Jack turned into an assassin, but okay. That's wit's composure, right?
Yes, indeed.
Sometimes I forget. And I do not have trained observer. Okay. Sometimes I gotta remember which character I am today.
Oh, I understand. 3. You look at the arrow and kind of follow its trajectory back up, and you see a figure 10 stories up, on the side of an elevated road next to the mid-level railway stop. He's tall, muscular, and holding a bow that he folds up with a single pop of his wrist before turning away.
It's weird. Why wouldn't he kill me? I'm gonna pull out my phone, and I am going to call a superior.
Alright, you're gonna make a call. Alright, you go ahead and call up Jacek, your immediate superior on this matter.
I've spotted Jack Steele. Sorry, I forgot my own last name for a minute. I spotted Jack Steele these this location. He's killed Delta Protocol informant.
Ah, damn it! Quick, chase after him. Keep an eye on him. I'll be over on that side of town as quickly as I can.
I will never be able to catch up with him.
I don't care. Try anyway.
Very well, I will try.
All right.
What should I do about the body? Before he hangs up, I say real quick.
I don't know. Think fast. And he sort of hangs up and appears to be on his way.
I'm going to grab the piece of paper that he was about to hand me, put it in my pocket, and then I'm going to try and shove the body into the water.
Alright. The body's a bit heavy, but it definitely rolls over off onto the side. And you can hear it splash down to the water below. The water just off shore is deep enough that it disappears underneath the waves for now. Only a light red tint in the water indicates that maybe he might have been there.
And then I guess I'm going to chase after Jack somehow.
Alright. There are multiple ways up to the next level.
Well, I'm going to call an Uber.
Okay. So you're just gonna call a car to try to get you up to the up 10 flights.
Yes, rather than run with my stubby little legs.
Okay. As you wait for the Uber, you hear the clicking of local train coming into the station on mid-level and then departing. By the time your Uber gets here, it's starting to leave.
I suppose the indication there is that Jack got on a train.
Very possibly.
I don't know any other reason why you'd be telling me this other than to indicate Jack just got on a train, he's getting away. But I don't know.
He is also 10 stories up.
Yeah, I know, which is why I said I'd never be able to catch him. You're giving me an impossible task. You're setting me up to fail, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Jesus.
What do you intend to do, I suppose?
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Can I do something with this? It's 10 stories up. I hate to play my hand so early. Is there any way I can Magneto my way up to him? Up to the train?
Very possibly. The rails are in fact metal. They are at a good distance away, so I'd say there'd probably be a range penalty on trying to pull yourself up by your magnetic weight.
Well, here's the problem. I'm feeling the pull of the magnetism, but I'm also feeling the pull of my superiors. So, I'm gonna have to give this a shot.
Alright. What kind of distance penalty should I put for, like, 100 yards here? Or, no, it would be more like, 40?
You gotta tell me, man.
Range increments, man. Gotta think of them. I'm just gonna go with a -3. I think that's good enough.
I'll use a willpower.
There you go.
So I get rid of that, and I still have a +1 for my specialization in occult. Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting something. As I think I am. Whenever you spend a willpower, oh yeah, because it's a +4, not +3. So, for my willpower, because I'm using it specifically in this thing. So
Very
now
good.
I'm actually at a +2. Yeah, I think I'm good. So +2.
Alright, you start wiggling your fingers. Nice.
I think with 7 successes, I literally do Magneto my way up there.
Alright, and this will be, say, before the other plan strikes, the Uber, basically, right?
Yeah, I've called the Uber, but whatever.
Okay. With this, you manage to reach out to the metal rails up above and yank yourself up by them. The force launches you upwards, and you come tumbling up onto the railway platform. And you can see Jack waiting as the train is roaring in, probably a few seconds away from getting there.
He's waiting
Jack
for the
is
train,
there.
or he's waiting for me?
He was waiting for the train, it seems.
Okay. Thought we had a whole, the fugitive situation going on. I didn't kill that man! I don't care!
Regardless, you are now face to face with Jack. And he just kind of narrows his eyes down on you a little bit.
Jack Steele. You're coming with me.
Is that what this fool was called?
I'm sorry, what? That didn't make any sense.
He said, that's what this fool
Oh,
is
right,
called.
yeah, I forgot what we were doing with the narrative. That he is now that other guy.
Yeah. Though, of course, this might be the first time the Order Cool's heard of it.
Yeah, sorry. It's the whole situation where Lex Luthor takes over the Flash, and he goes, "Aha! Now I know!" And he pulls off the mask. And he says, "I don't know who this is."
Always a great scene.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, so that's what he says.
Right. And does he make a move, or?
He's sort of. He looks like he's sort of flexing his hand a little bit, getting ready.
Oh yes, quick
Something.
draw. Anyways, I'm somewhat confused now why the guy controlling Jack Steele would go after Delta Protocol people if he doesn't even know Jack Steele's name. But oh Jesus. Oh shit. Sorry, I have to use a second willpower point. I almost forgot.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to use one willpower to power the thing, but I also used a second willpower since I'm not limited by how many willpower I can use. Or I can use up to 2, rather.
Yeah.
Alright, can I see the bow still? Or did he hide it?
It's packed away at the moment.
Wait a second, this guy is filled with metal, I know this!
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna raise my fist in front of me. And then I'm going to, instantly... I'm gonna raise my hand in front of me, sorry, open palm. And then I'm just gonna instantly crush it down into a fist. And my intention here is to use my psychokinesis to magnetize his body to, shove him down, grapple style, I guess, technically, to the top of the train. Immobilize him, basically.
Okay. As the train comes in, you're going to try to attach him to it. So let's go ahead and roll. His resolve is 4 in this case.
Okay. I'll do the same thing again. Technically spending 2 willpower. Since I have one to activate and 1 to use. So the 4 will negate his 4. And again, I'm at +1 for this. Not as good, but still good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and this is to confine him. I'm trying to figure out how grappling with magnetism works here. Or with psychokinesis. I can't remember if there were special rules or anything.
Oh no! Basically, again, I'm trying to magnetize his metal skeleton to the metal of the train.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's other abilities and things like this that are if you want to continue an effect, you have as many turns as you have successes, that sort of thing. That's how I would try to aim this. So, 3 turns worth of having him stuck to the train. Otherwise, roll again.
Okay. As the train rolls in, he ends up flying up against it and just kind of growls as he tries to pull himself off of it, just kind of looking over to you. So much for a nice conversation. And we'll go ahead and do a quick little initiative here just to kind of figure out who's going first.
Okay.
is he?
11.
Okay, I'm just checking out his bonus.
It'll be a real short day for me when Jack kills me. I mean, literally, if he took a second shot from there just to kill the guy who was sitting next to the guy he wanted to kill, it would have been game over.
Okay. So Jack is up on the side of that, and he's going to quick draw his bow. And he's going to aim for your fingers.
I think we were imagining two different scenarios here. Like, I'm full body magnetizing him. So, like, I don't know if there's ever been a scene... Like, actually, the very end fight of the X-Men movie. You know where they're all literally stuck against the wall and they can't move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally what I'm imagining. Like, his hands are stuck, his legs are stuck, his body is stuck. You just...
Yeah, this is a good point. He has to resist this in some way.
Right, I'm sure he can. He's super fucking strong. I'm just...
Yeah.
Like
Let
a
me check
grapple
out
roll,
the
something like that.
strength plus brawl, and we're going to make it his strength plus brawl versus whatever you are rolling for your cult stuff here.
Right, so resolve occult +1.
And that'll resolve whether or not he can do anything while he has his back attached to the train.
Makes sense to me. Like I said, he's super fucking strong. I assume he will.
Yup. He's got at least 6.
And you can willpower it. Oh my god.
Yikes.
He's definitely going to willpower it because this is looking really bad for him suddenly. This isn't how he wants it to end.
But it will end like that.
And he is stuck up against it for the turn. Just kind of going...
Shit, I can't remember. I think he can get some bonus strength if he wants it. Depending... Is he depraved right now?
Yes.
I think he can still grab another strength if he takes a lethal damage.
That'd only be 1 die, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be on his
I
sheet,
think-
though. He has a bunch of options.
Yeah. Let's see. Given that trade-off, though, he might not choose that. He could apply vigor to it. No, that already... Oh, right, he should have an extra strength just because he has vigor.
Right. See, usually I add all these things in before.
Right.
It's been forever since I played Jack, though, so I don't remember.
Okay. So that does not give him an extra success, and even then, you still beat him out on this
You
turn.
got the extra dots from the enhancement, though, right?
Oh, right, he also has the enhancement. Just default, doesn't he?
Yeah. Since he was already at max strength, you can't add those things to buff, so you have to...
Yeah, that's the only downside of the sheet. So he's at 1, 2, 2 total. That is unfortunate for him.
You already rolled willpower and all that?
Yeah, he already added willpower in to begin with.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm on the unfortunate side of playing the guy who also doesn't want to see Jack fail, so...
Right.
I'm gonna catch you, Jack! Come on, Jack, get out of there.
Alright. His back is up against the train, and he's trying to rip his arms off, and you can kind of hear the creaking of metal as, like, every now and then his arm, like, snaps back into place, and his elbow just kind of makes a dent into the side of the metal sheet. And he just kind of looks over and goes, I have nothing against you. We can leave here in different directions.
Yeah, while he's pinned down, I'm going to take from him everything.
Okay. You're going to go over to him, and you're just going to start disarming him of everything he has on him.
Weapons, wallet, anything he's got on him. Everything is a clue, basically. Also, he's a lot less threatening if his bow isn't on him.
Very true. You go ahead and take the bow, and it kind of tumbles to the ground. You take off all the different arrows, and roll a perception for this.
His probably now ruined smartphone magnetism.
It's gonna need degaussing. How terrible.
You said perception, right? Griff?
Yes.
All threes. I roll all threes except for 1 4.
All right. You also managed to find the boot knife.
Ah, yes, in case he wanted to throw it at me. This is the one reason I ever gave him a boot knife. He's good at throwing stuff. He's got like 5 athletics, so...
Yes, indeed. And it rolls back up to his turn again. And on his turn, he's going to lash out at you.
I always get super confused as to what that actually means.
He bares his fangs, hisses, and is trying to instill the fear of vampires in you. And you have to prove that you're the bigger vampire.
Okay, so what is that contested with?
Let me go ahead and find the roll again. I believe it's going to be a power stat and blood potency. Yes, that is correct. A power attribute and blood potency, depending on which kind of beast you are, which I assume is probably monstrous, isn't it?
You can invoke any beast.
Oh yeah, you could invoke any of them.
Shit, I don't think I am. I mean, I am a monster, but I don't think that's the one I went with, and I don't remember what.
No, you have all of these.
You can
beasts.
just choose any of the.
No, I no. I am a monster. My dirge is monster, is why I'm saying that. I know there's multiple aspects. I'm trying to remember what are they again. Remind me. That might stir my memory.
Competitive, seductive, and monstrous.
No, it is monstrous. Then never mind.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be something different because I remember they have.
Nope.
They have different sounds, but they had different things attached to them. Whatever. What's my roll? Blood potency and what?
Power stat.
Power stat.
What's the power stat?
Intelligence,
Strength,
strength, or presence.
Intelligence, strength. Oh, sorry. Literally, you meant power stat. Sorry. You keep saying power stat. I thought you were like... I thought it was going to be attached to monster, not like power stat. Okay. So, roll intelligence.
9.
So I'm rolling 3 dice. I'm hearing you say 9, so I don't feel as confident anymore.
Guess I'm just gonna go with Jack's blood potency because that's his body.
So 0.
Oh, only one success.
Still
Well,
beats me.
that's all he needs.
He doesn't have a lot of luck tonight, but he does get at least a little bit that he needs. This is a stark withdrawal. You feel the utter fear of facing down someone stronger and more monstrous than you are, and you know what you've done. Let's see, what happens here?
You need to leave the scene.
The victim gains the condition associated with the initiating vampire's aspect, which would be bestial, I suppose, and it should force him to flee or something, shouldn't it?
Yep.
I'm trying to find exactly what it says, but it doesn't seem to indicate an action.
It's
I mean,
condition, isn't it?
even if I'm fleeing, do I still have the momentary wherewithal to grab the stuff that I've been taking from him?
I'll definitely let you roll Resolve Composure to keep your cool, not for that.
You just have an urge to
Take
get
a
out of there.
-2 penalty to resist all rolls to frenzy and -2 to defense.
Yeah, so...
Any roll to compel the character to impulsive aggressive action or escape, achieve exceptional success on 3 instead of 5.
Okay.
So yeah.
So he's compulsing you to try to escape. Resolve Composure at -2 because of penalty, and let's see what happens then.
Well, I feel fine about this one.
Oh yeah,
These are my true power stats.
but we've seen what happens when we roll too many dice.
Yes, I suck at that. Oh, I'm so close.
Well, there you go. You have the momentary fortitude to realize that you should definitely scoop up everything you just took away, and you start to book it back down the stairs, trying to get away from this thing.
Hey, he's still going to be stuck to the train for another turn anyway, so I really
He's so
hope the
sucked to the
train.
train, and you can hear the doors closing again automatically, and the train starting to shuffle off while he's just glued to the side of it.
Release me! Ah,
There you go.
fuck that guy.
And as the train starts to depart, you see him sort of reach his entire arm into the side so that he doesn't fall off, and he goes off into the distance by train.
Yeah, I guess time to.
So he got what he wanted.
Yeah, time to take my my goods back to headquarters, I guess.
Zhao is there.
Oh
after
right,
the
yeah,
event.
he was gonna come here. I forgot.
And he arrives on the scene driving his own car. Sort of older model, but
Model
very well
T.
taken care of. And he hops out and he just kind of looks at you and like the bundle of weapons you have with you. It's like, good, you're safe. Where did he go?
He escaped on the train. I managed to detain him momentarily, long enough to disarm him and take from him all of his personal effects.
Very clever. I'm glad you work so well.
Yes, according to his files, he was quite adept at a bow. As I said, he struck down a Delta Protocol operative from 10 stories up and quite the distance away. So without this, and I hold up the folded up bow, I feel he's probably less inclined to take direct action against us. And considering the make of the bow, I doubt he'll be able to get one as quickly.
Ooh, no doubt his custom job will be hard to find again.
And perhaps something of these, and I guess I'll hold out his personal effects, will have some information as to where he's been staying and who he's been talking to.
What is this? He says as he kind of like looks at a syringe that came with it. Looks like he managed to find one of these.
Yes, the Delta Protocol operative that I was talking to was giving me a list of names of people that he might be able to...
Delta what?
Protocol.
Who is that?
They're nobodies. That he might be able to get
Nobodies.
more of these from.
Perhaps there is some sort of clue hidden on this. Perhaps this came from somewhere. Some supplier.
Yes, that's literally what I just said. Thank you.
No. You are right, but I'm saying this, not this. And he just sort of keeps pointing to this and this on the syringe. Being a little bit confusing before trying to finally clarify his wording. It's like, I'm sorry. I did not mean the things inside of the syringe. I mean the syringe itself. Has to buy it from someone. Or get it from somewhere, right?
Yes, medical surplus stores, they surely exist.
Carry whatever's in here? Seems a little thick.
I'm sorry, I'm
Kinda
still
gives it like a
confused
little
as to
flick.
which this you're talking about. This
explain
I am
later.
talking about is the stuff inside the syringe, which is what I was just telling you.
Right, and I'm talking about the syringe itself.
Right, as I said, medical surplus stores do exist. We should know. We work from a hospital.
Still, clue is clue. If you know where to go, then keep on the investigation. At least this is one slightly less worry. Let's hope he does not find a sniper rifle or something.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I feel like
Less scary.
that's a moment
That
that
would be
Balak could
amazing.
like open his mouth for a moment, and be like, oh wait, yeah, that's true. Oh shit.
Oh.
It just occurred to me. Oh wait, that's right. That's like the same skill.